everyone, and welcome to my new series titled Import Treasures. Now, this episode is dubbed Episode 0 for a reason, as it's going to be answering any questions that you, the viewer, might have, and questions that I know people are going to ask. So, the first question is what's importing? I actually get this question a lot at the game store I work at, so here you go. Importing, by basic definition, is bringing something over from another country that usually wasn't brought here. It's basic. But in the gaming world, it just basically means playing games from another country. And this mostly means to Japanese games. I mean, it can go into the PAL region and whatnot, but normally when it comes to games, when we say importing, we're talking about Japanese titles. Now, there are all different kinds of import gamers. A lot of import gamers just buy the games as soon as they come out in Japan, either for reasons like they're just too excited and can't wait for it to come out, or that they can't stand the poor localization that most good games get over here. And I'm all for that, you know, if that's what they want. But what I really just cannot stand is when a great game just doesn't come to America. Just because. There's just no reason for it. And that's what this series is going to be about. So you're probably thinking to yourself, Meru-Sama, if you're doing an import series, that must mean you can read and write Japanese, right? Not really. I know a few words here and there, and I can recognize some characters, mostly katakana, but for the most part, no. But I will be having friends who will be helping me and assisting me, and they'll be put in the credits. But this series is mostly going to be about that despite the language barrier, which games are, you know, still fun to play. Like, platformers won't have as much of a language barrier and whatnot. So, that's what this series is mostly going to be about. Now, for the last bit of you who I know are saying, oh my god, you can't import, importing is illegal! Oh! Pick up a book. Seriously, pick up a book. I am not selling these, I'm not distributing them, I am not playing burn cards, I am not playing ROMs. All these in the back here, these are official. That's going to be the main thing about these series, is I will not review a game unless I have the copy in my hand. Official copy. So if you want me to do a review, then I will have to look it up, and some import games can get very expensive. So if you have a request, you might have to wait for when I have the money. Now, what kind of games will I review? Quirky titles that a lot of people hadn't heard of, such as Arabian Nights or Wonder Project J2. I probably won't do such titles as in Seiken Densetsu 3, also known as Mana 3, the one Mana game that never came here, or Mother 3, another game that didn't come here for no reason whatsoever. I probably won't do those because a lot of people have heard of them, and there's fans translation ROMs and whatnot all over the place. I just want to do titles that you could probably pick up for maybe a cheap price. I might do some rare ones, and you can still enjoy even though you don't understand the language. And as I go through the games, I'll be figuring it out too, so it'll be fun for both of us. Well, I think that's about everything. If you have a request, just shoot me an email or a comment on my YouTube page of a game you'd like to be reviewed. Keep in mind, I already have a long list of games, so if I do get to your request, then it may take me a while. And also, when you're doing this request, make sure this game has never, ever, on any platform, reached the shores of America. And that brings me to the last bit. Which systems am I doing? I am not doing PS2, GameCube, Wii, 360. Those are very hard to import. The only way to really do it is to get a Japanese system, which I don't have the money for. I am doing Sega Genesis, N64, Super Nintendo, Sega Saturn, and Dreamcast. And that is... Oh, I'm sorry, because I didn't say it. PlayStation. I just was able to start doing PlayStation. So that's what I can import on. I will do updates if I get a Japanese PS2 and start importing on those, because I do have ideas for games on there. I just don't have the ability. And before anyone says it, I will not mod my system. Every way I'm able to import is not modding. I am not going to break open a system. I am not going to mess with it. I'm not going to tear the inside. I'm not going to get mod chips. So don't ask, don't tell me, hey, did you know you can mod your system? Because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I will be making videos that show how I personally do imports without modding. So stay tuned for those. Those will be like import treasure specials. Well, episode 1 is going to be coming out soon, so after seeing this, I hope you'll watch that. And this is Meru-Sama. Insert my catchphrase right here.
月曜始まったいつもの日々思い焦がれた週末遠い火曜水曜慣れてきた御用スクーターがを引きずったかも